Good day, and welcome to the Lilly Roddy Show, coming to you from the LRS studios here in Houston, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me on my weekly planetary forecast. And I want to say I really enjoy sharing my astrological thoughts and ideas with you, and I hope that they help you navigate your way through your week more easily. Now, of course, the weather in Houston, hot, hot, hot. These are the dog days of summer for us, and we won't get much of a cool spell really till about December. And even then, not so much. If you want to leave me a message or a comment on my forecast, you can always reach me at LillyRoddyShow@AOL.com, LillyRoddyShow.com, where you can find my blog and my daily forecast, and on Lilly Roddy Show on Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. Our week shapes up with a very strong Neptune rest and retreat planet, very strong on this Monday. This will keep our day low-key. And we have a very long void of course moon on Thursday and late afternoon until Friday. And especially Friday could be really a washout with the way the aspects are shaping up. So let's take a look at next week, starting with Sunday, August the 17th. Sunday, August the 17th, the moon journeys through security-loving Taurus as our day begins. However, she will become void of course in Taurus at 7:26 a.m., and remains so until late afternoon when she moves into lively Gemini at 5:41 p.m. The first aspect of the day, the moon squares the sun at 7:26 a.m. We are busy early, and we're trying to get everything in order for the day. This morning, we based our decisions on what seems to be the best use of our resources. We move a little slower than usual, so take your time. The moon now turns void of course in Taurus at 7:26 a.m. and will remain so until she enters Gemini at 5:41 p.m. With the moon void of course through most of the daylight hours, this would be a good day to take off or just lounge around the house on this Sunday. And finally, the moon does enter active Gemini at 5:41 p.m. We are more energetic and mentally active for the rest of the day. Monday, August 18th, the moon transits Gemini, the sign represented by the Roman numeral 2, the symbol for duality. She remains in Gemini for the whole day. Early in the morning, Venus conjuncts Jupiter at 12:21 a.m. This aspect has been affecting us for the last couple of days, and including today. This planetary combination has the effect of making us all look a little hungrier for a better life, for more money, or for even an extra scoop of ice cream. On the positive side, this can give us a much grander view of our own reality and what we really want to accomplish. We can seem much kinder and much more generous with this planetary combination. As long as it satisfies our own needs, then we seem to do very well with this Venus-Jupiter conjunction. This can also make us overcommit easily, so don't overload your dance card. Our first lunar aspect of the morning, the moon squares Mercury at 3:06 a.m. If you're awake, this is a great time to be doing rat killing, running computer scans, or just cleaning out your desk drawers. Otherwise, the energy of this transit may make it hard to sleep. The moon squares Neptune at 6 a.m. With this aspect, you will want to stay in bed and have a mental health day. We will be moving slowly, so take your time. And this is a beneficial time for yoga or Tai Chi or enjoying a cup of coffee on the patio. The moon sextiles Jupiter at 7:33 a.m. This early morning aspect will help us to get motivated and feel much more like getting on with our day. We feel very upbeat, and if you have early morning meetings, this aspect will certainly make it much more bearable. The moon sextiles Venus at 8:12 a.m. These are wonderful energies for meeting with clients or friends. All of us feel much more open and much more chatty and comfortable with the people around us. This really helps relationships as well. And in the very end of the day, Mercury opposes Neptune at 10:42 p.m. Since this aspect has been in effect all day, it's having a strong impact on how we perceive events. This aspect is likely to make all of us a lot more psychically sensitive today, and overall this energy will make us want to spend much more time in solitude or surrounded by people who are much more like-minded. These energies can inspire some people to paint, to write, or to meditate. Whatever you do, it would be a good idea this evening to make sure that you have some quiet time. This energy could usher in a productive evening for channeling, holding a seance, or doing a past life regression. Tuesday, August 19th, the moon travels through Gemini, the sign of versatility. Although she is in Gemini for the whole day, she does become void of course late in the evening at 9:54 p.m. and remains so for the rest of the day. Get most of your important activities done before 9:54 p.m. Our first aspect, the moon sextiles Uranus at 12:42 a.m. With this aspect occurring early in the morning, this could keep us awake and keep us a bit more mentally active than we're used to. It's an excellent time to be on the internet. And finally, this last aspect of the day, in the evening, the moon sextiles the sun at 9:54 p.m. We end the evening on an up note with a clear sense of what we've done for the whole day. It's a nice time to meet with clients or enjoy a late night dinner with friends. We feel much more relaxed. The moon is now void of course at 9:54 p.m. and will remain so until Wednesday morning at 3:45 a.m. when she moves into Cancer, the sign that rules home, clans, and genetics. Wednesday, August the 20th, the moon begins the day void of course in lively Gemini. However, she enters the sensitive sign of Cancer at 3:45 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning. Since the moon is no longer void of course, but she does not make any aspects until later in the afternoon, we may not be as focused as we would like to be until the moon makes contact with other planets. And the first contact it does make is the moon trines Neptune at 4:30 p.m. During this late afternoon time, although we are more connected, we are definitely interested in taking a much more laid-back approach to life. And if you're trying to work, your work has to be really giving you a sense of personal satisfaction and fulfillment, or you will be highly distracted. This is an enjoyable time to have a glass of tea while sitting on the edge of the creek. And our last aspect for the evening, on Wednesday, the moon sextiles Mercury at 11:59 p.m., almost the next day. If you are up working late, this is an ideal night for writing, planning, organizing, or just sharing your day with someone special. Now we get to our Thursday, Friday times. Thursday, August 21st, the moon resides in emotional Cancer for the entire day. However, she does turn void of course at 2:34 p.m., 2:34, and remains so until Friday afternoon at 3:49 p.m. when she enters the proud sign of Leo. This is another long void of course moon time frame, almost 24 hours this time. This is definitely a time when you need to take care of your important activities before the moon goes void of course at 2:34. p.m., since the moon will remain void of course until Friday afternoon, and then there's no exact aspects for the entire day on Friday. This will be feeling like we're sailing without a rudder. This can make these 2 days, Thursday and Friday, better days for cleaning out files, doing inventory, sitting at the beach, or enjoying an extra long weekend at the lake house. We all get back on track on Saturday. So let's start with our lunar activity on Thursday. The moon opposes Pluto at 2:07 a.m. If you're asleep, this is a great aspect to allow you to clear emotional garbage out of your life. If you're awake, you're just taking more time going through the garbage before you're throwing it out. In the morning, the moon trines Mars at 9:48 a.m. We are certainly feeling active and energized this morning. So use this energy to make it a rewarding time to meet new people, make sales calls, or just take care of some of the items you have backlogged. We are feeling upbeat. The moon squares Uranus at 11:55 a.m. Use this energy of this transit to think outside of the box this late morning. We will not want to stick to strict scheduling or interact with people who have small minds. Give yourself plenty of latitude and maybe even an early lunch. In the afternoon, Mercury trines Pluto at 2:19 p.m. The combination of these two planets enhance our investigative skills, our research abilities, and pushes us to know more than just the surface story. These energies are ideal to research financial institutions for long-term investments, to develop a greater sense of fluidity amongst coworkers, and may be the best time ever to see your therapist. This aspect is in effect all day and will help us to keep more serious about our thoughts and intentions. And finally, the last aspect on Thursday before we go void, the moon trines Saturn at 2:34 p.m. This is the last aspect until Saturday morning at 8:47 a.m. Make the most of this day. These aspects, moon trine Saturn, are good for working on have-to-do projects, or reconfirming our future plans, or just doing things that strengthen our connections that create greater emotional security in our lives. With this moon Saturn last aspect of the day, the moon is now void of course until Friday afternoon at 3:49 when she finally enters Leo. Friday, August the 22nd, the moon starts the day void of course in home-loving Cancer. This is a long moon void of course time frame, and that is carried forward from yesterday, Thursday afternoon. This is definitely the day to take a much more laid-back approach to whatever you're doing. If you have the opportunity, it would be much better to schedule important meetings after 3:49 p.m. when the moon enters dignified Leo. There are no lunar aspects for the entire day on Friday. So even when the moon is no longer void of course after 3:49 p.m., when she enters Leo, we still may not feel the same drive and direction that we would normally feel with the moon moving into a fire sign. And finally, at the very end of the day, the sun enters Virgo, the sign of the harvest, at 11:46 p.m. We may feel a lot more active and focused as the evening progresses with the sun moving into an earth sign. And finally, Saturday, August 23rd, the moon occupies loyal and royal Leo for the entire day. Early in the morning, the moon conjuncts Jupiter at 8:47 a.m. We are more than ready to get our day going. It's an excellent morning for working outside in the garden, getting together with friends to discuss your favorite topics, or buying that new home. We're definitely feeling optimistic this morning. And our last aspect for the week, the moon conjuncts Venus at 9:01 p.m. We end the week feeling happy and upbeat. So these energies favor going on a date, spending the evening with a loved one, or just indulging yourself in your favorite comfort foods. A great way to end our week. Well, that covers this week's activity. Those long void of course times can certainly keep us from being so focused. So take the signal from the universe and take some time to relax. Thank you for joining me this week, and I hope you can join me next week as we cover the planetary activity for August 24th through the 30th. And if you haven't, please take time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you didn't know already, this is the Lilly Roddy Show, coming to you from the heart of the Montrose here in Houston, Texas. Join us next week, and remember to keep those stars in your eyes. Bye-bye.